and me, we meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free.
Good morning, YouTube. So you'd have read the title by now already, and yeah, so what I'm addressing today is something we all face. Whether you're a seasoned farmer or you're someone who's just taking gardening as a hobby, one thing we all have to at some point face is how to deal with pests, how to deal with an insect infestation. And since we don't spray, we don't want to spray any harmful chemicals, because that's the whole point of growing your own food and all that, is to have pure, chemical-free, poison-free food. So how do you do that when you're facing an infestation? Well, you don't really spray an insecticide. Now, today I'm going to show you guys how to make your own natural insect repellent. And this is a concoction we use, and it's a very potent concoction. Now notice I use the word repellent and not insecticide. And why is that? Because the idea of using this concoction on our plants is not that it's going to harm the insect in any manner. It's not going to cause any damage. All it does is make the plant very unappetizing for the insect. So it's sort of like if someone tries to feed me bitter gourd, karela, I just won't eat it. So yes, now what are the 3 ingredients that I'm going to be using in this concoction? It's neem leaves, eucalyptus, a lot of eucalyptus, and garlic. Now the combination of these 3 will not only be good for your plants, as in it'll discourage insects to get to it, but it will also, the garlic, added garlic in this helps, stops it from having any bacterial problems in the soil. Sometimes you get fungus and all, mold that affects your crop. So the garlic will help control that as well. Anyways, I'm going to get on to this, show you how to make it. It's very simple. There's no big science behind it. And yes, you just spray on your plants. But remember, only spray it on the plants that you see are pretty badly damaged and there is a requirement for human intervention. Because we don't want to spray it on all our plants, because there are insects that actually do good for our plants by pollination. So you don't want to make it unappetizing for all insects. Okay, so I'll see you soon. I'll just collect the leaves and then we'll get back to it. So this should be more than enough. We're not making a very big batch of the concoction, and these are lovely tender leaves. I mean, I wish you guys could smell it. I love the smell of fresh eucalyptus. It's also really good for you, if you use it in your boiling water and steam inhalation. It's really good for clearing out congestion, and I also boil the water and use it for my baths. I mean, it's really good for your skin as well, especially in the winters, because I have a problem of dry skin, and as you can see, I'm shining like a Greek god. So eucalyptus, really good for you and good for your plants as well. So I just set up a little makeshift stove. Not a stove, but I'm just going to light a fire and put this vessel on it. The vessel is full of water. Make sure the vessel you use is not for cooking as well, because you don't want the eucalyptus oil to get mixed in with that. The quantities, well, I just ballpark it. So the highest will be the neem leaves, that'll be the bulk of it, followed by a little bit of the eucalyptus, and one clove of garlic. One full pod of garlic should be enough. I light the fire and there'll be a nice time lapse going along with it. So I've lit the fire. It's been boiling for a bit. Now, as you can see, everything's inside. And out here, see the oil starting to bubble up? So basically I'm just going to close the lid and let this boil for at least about an hour or so. And when it's finished boiling, you'll notice a layer of the oil on top, and that's when we'll know it's ready. So I'm just going to let this fire keep burning, and eventually it'll die out, and with the heat it'll just keep on, slowly extracting the oil. And that's all there is. There's nothing much to making this. And the only tricky part is on the application, which once let this get made, then I'll explain how do we do that, because you're going to have a mixture of, well, not a mixture, you're going to have oil and the water out here, right? And oil and water don't mix. So how do you apply it? Stay tuned. So it's been boiling for a while. As you can see, the water is evaporating. We're getting a thin layer of the oil on top. Look at that. This is all the goodness we need. Even once it's boiled, the leaves will not go to waste. Now I can just strain it. That concoction is what I need, right? But the leaves, I can just use that as mulch. So nothing goes to waste. So we'll check back on this after some time. So it's been boiling for about 1.5 hours now. Fire's also died out. Let's see what we have left. Hot. Oof. There it is. So the water has significantly evaporated, but you can see that there's a thin layer of oil on the surface. See? And that is what is going to keep our plants safe. Now I'm going to let this cool off, and once it's cooled down, I'll strain it, and then we'll load it onto the sprayer. And the only other thing we have to do, since oil and water don't mix, we just gotta add a sticker. Now what is a sticker? You can get it on Amazon. It's very simple. It's basically a basic solution. So you put it in this and it'll help dissipate the oil compounds all over evenly. If you don't want to buy a sticker, a simple method of doing it is you take 10 ml of about any liquid hand wash. Since this is about 5 liters of water, so you take about 10 ml of liquid hand wash and 10 ml of any vegetable oil. Mix that into this and then give it all a good shake. And that is also a good substitute to sticker. It's essentially the same thing. Alright, we will check back in a bit. So I've been spraying away. This is the concoction we made. I had mixed some sticker spreader in this liquid, which is, I'd used 1200 ml of the neem, eucalyptus and garlic concoction we made and 10 ml of the liquid sticker spreader. So as you can see, the oil and water are no longer separated. It's like a nice solution, and I'm just spraying it on my zucchinis out here because they're having a problem with the caterpillars. This was the only one which is really giving me a lot of problems. This one and well, that one. So they get it. The rest all healthy, so they don't need it. Okay, so that's about it. You saw it's fairly simple to make your own solutions at home. If you have access to the neem, eucalyptus trees, you can just use the leaves. If you don't have access to the trees, you can just use essential oils and they will work the same. But remember, when you're using essential oils, they're extremely concentrated. So in an essential oil dose, you'll have to use neem would be about 15 ml for every liter. Eucalyptus, I would say stick to about 8 ml for, not 8 ml, 5 ml. 5 ml would be correct. And 1 pot of garlic would do. So there you have it. Fairly simple, straightforward. And the sticker, yes, you need the sticker spreader. It just makes life simpler. But if you don't want to use that, I've told you can use 10 ml of liquid hand wash with 10 ml of vegetable oil mixed in. Zeus, I'm coming. Okay, so that's about it for today. I hope you found this interesting, and it's a fairly simple solution to a problem we all face. It works fine for me. I've had no issues with it. It always gets the job done, which is what I'm concerned with. See you guys next time, and I gotta go round them up, put them in, feed them. So from all of us, cheers and bye.